With the elections coming up, I thought I would share why I am no longer a Democrat. I have had the ability to vote for people even though I didn't like them. I can honestly say I've never voted against somebody. That's just, to me, the wrong way to look at it. But the thing that got me leaving the Democratic Party was more or less one specific issue. See, I was a 2-time bone cancer survivor, still am. That's how I lost my arm. And having health care was extremely important to me. I heard all the talking points of, if you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. If you like your plan, you can keep your plan. The average family is going to save $1,500 a year. It's not a tax. All of this stuff made sense to me, how this was being pushed. And then the Democrats were also saying, well, Republicans don't want you to have insurance if you have pre-existing condition. Well, I was a walking pre-existing condition, having cancer twice. My insurance was $185 a month with a $1,000 deductible. That was for a family of 5. So I voted for Biden in 2008 based on Obamacare. Now fast forward to 2010, when Obamacare was implemented. Everything that they said was not true. The Supreme Court ruled that it was a tax if you didn't have insurance, that penalty. So that was a lie. Insurance premiums went up instead of down. That was a lie. The insurance policy that I had going through 2 bouts of cancer, chemotherapy, amputation, all of this stuff, it was great insurance. The insurance company canceled it because under the new Obamacare guidelines, that policy wasn't good enough. So they no longer offered it. They came up with a new offer and said, this is what your new plan will be, or you can go through the marketplace. And when I looked at them, the cheapest insurance I could find to replace that one was $1,200 a month with a $6,000 deductible. Remember, $185 a month with a $1,000 deductible is now $1,200 a month with a $6,000 deductible. No additional income. So I had to make a choice. Do I keep a roof over my children's head? Or do I get health insurance and struggle? And I chose to just keep a roof over my children's head. And then I was penalized every year. I didn't have insurance for 10 years after that. Couldn't afford it. For 10 years, I was penalized every single year because I could no longer afford the insurance that I was required to get through law of Obamacare. I voted for that shit. And it did nothing but hurt me and my family. And I was supposed to be getting chest x-rays, CT scans every 6 months to maintain that I was cancer-free. I wasn't able to do that for nearly 10 years because of Obamacare. So I didn't get to keep the plan I liked. I didn't get to keep the doctor I liked. I was taxed and penalized, which they said it was not. And insurance was through the roof. It literally killed the middle class. And my wife at the time, she worked at a business office coordinator at a hospital. So we knew exactly how the insurance game worked. And it decimated the middle class. That was the first thing. And I noticed on the vote for that it was 100% supported by Democrats. There wasn't a single Republican that voted for it. And when I looked at that, I was like, maybe they knew something that I didn't know. Of course, I guess you would have to read the bill, right? But I digress. That reason right there alone is why I left the Democratic Party. Now, young people, there's something I want you to truly think. Don't vote against somebody. Don't vote against Donald Trump because you're told to hate him. Don't vote against Biden because you think he's a senile old man. Vote on what you think is going to affect you the most. I also looked at whenever Donald Trump got elected, I did get a tax cut. My employer got a tax cut. My employer then gave all 300,000 employees raises and raised the minimum wage to $15 an hour starting out. And I noticed that Nancy Pelosi kept saying, well, it's just crumbs if anybody got anything out of it. No, I got a $3 an hour raise back in 2017. That was not crumbs. And I know other companies started giving other things too, bonuses, better benefits, better retirement, raises. And I noticed who voted on that. 100% of Republicans, not a single Democrat. So we had Republicans wanting me to have more of my own money, and the Democrats didn't want me to have more of my money. So I started looking at these policies and how they directly affect me. Now, the thing that you young people that are under 26 years old haven't had to deal with yet, you know how you're struggling right now? Food, gas, utilities, rent, mortgage, formula, diapers, all of this cost that is involved. After you turn 26, you're going to have to get insurance on your own. You haven't had to deal with that yet. Insurance is just crazy since Obamacare was put into place. You think you're struggling now, wait till you have to buy your own insurance. That is reason enough for me to vote for Donald Trump. Not that I like him, is that he's saying he's going to get rid of Obamacare. And how that affected me and my family so negatively over the years. I can't wait for that piece of shit legislation to get killed. There are things that you haven't experienced in life yet that you need to look ahead to. Ask your parents whose insurance that you're on, if you're young, what their insurance went from before Obamacare to after Obamacare. See what they tell you. Because I promise you that affected your family. The only people that Obamacare benefited were the extremely poor and impoverished. They got everything subsidized. There are people that it helped. I'm not oblivious to that fact. But the majority of Americans got it stuck to them. So these are the policies that I vote for and against. I don't like Donald Trump, but I will vote for him because of the policies that are in place. If I close my eyes and look back 4 years ago of how my life was to currently, and I don't factor in Donald Trump did this, Donald Trump did that, Joe Biden did this, Joe Biden did that. Gas was more affordable, groceries were more affordable, utilities were not crazy like they are, rent, mortgage, all of my aspects of life were better than they are now. Everything's a struggle right now. Vote wisely. I'm not saying vote for Donald Trump. I'm just saying have a reason to vote for who you're voting for. And if you're just voting against somebody, then just please don't vote. Please don't. If you don't have a reason to vote, then just don't vote. Because you're going to mess things up for the rest of us that have had to deal with what we've dealt with for the last 3+ years. You think life is tough now? Wait till you start having to pay for your own Obamacare. Thing is going to get different.